Alright, so check it out. I got a watercolor palette in the mail today. It's a Schmincke, Schmincke watercolor palette. It's pretty cool. It's pretty high end, so I'm stoked on that. And it kind of opens up like this. And then I got a little bag full of half pan to put the watercolors in. So I have all this stuff out right here to show you what my current watercolor getup is like. And this was kind of what I had going on when I did watercolors, like full large watercolor paintings, and this worked really well for that. I really like these palettes. They're nice and hefty. They're ceramic, so they're really nice to clean out. You can wipe the watercolor out with just a rag. And I like that they're heavy, so you're not gonna like fling it off your workspace. But I no longer do watercolor large scale, but it's a really fun tool for your sketchbook. And so, you know, every time I just want to do it, it's like I pull out one of these guys and it takes up a lot of space on my desk, and you know, like the colors are all cluttered in here, and like I just don't need these large spaces anymore. And so I thought this would be a good way to do that, so I can get all the colors that I want kind of at my fingertips, as opposed to having to pull out each individual one. Alright, so here it is all together. So, and I've already played with it a little bit, you can see that. But here are all the colors, and then I made this color chart to go with it, so it corresponds there, so I know which ones are which, because this, just them right here, like I can't tell the difference between these colors, which actually they're just two shades of gray, so they're pretty similar, but still, this is going to be helpful, and I'm glad I did it. And if you don't know anything about watercolors, all of this stuff in here can be reactivated and used again. Alright, so the final verdict on the Schmincke palette, we're looking at a $50 purchase if you buy your palette from dickblick.com. That is where I buy my stuff. I find it to be the most affordable, unless I have some coupon or there's a sale here in town. So we're looking at 50 bucks for the empty palette. Paint is not included. And you know, I am happy with this purchase. You know, this is a kind of luxury purchase for me. It was a payday and had a little extra cash in my pocket and wanted to treat myself to this palette that I would be using on the go. And so I do like it as a luxury item. You know, the way I look at purchases sometimes is that So this is a $50 palette, and I saw less expensive tins that were $25 for something very similar. But what you're running into is this has no warp, there's no bend to it, it just is. And these less expensive palettes, they got that, you know, when you get a tin and it like kind of snaps back and forth. So you'd be dealing with that, you'd be dealing with the edges not being nicely finished, you'd be dealing with little chips in the paint, and it's just a little less durable. And like, let's be honest, when you have something that you know is nice, you feel happy using it. So you get this $20 palette, you're a heavy watercolor user, and it's just not working for you, or it breaks or something like that. By the time you replace it, you spend the same amount of money as this one. This should last you, unless you're doing something real dumb with it, it should last you a while. So yeah, that's kind of my verdict. That's kind of the mentality I look into buying stuff for my art practice. You know, whenever I buy things that are a lesser version, I'm always just like, oh damn, I really wish I would have held out for the cooler thing. And my kind of thought is, if I can't afford the cooler thing, then I'll just wait and get it later. I know that's not it's not something that everybody can do, and if this palette's just a little too steep for you, no sweat there. There's plenty of options. Those ceramic palettes I had in the first bit of the video, those were pretty inexpensive. And I know they make plastic versions of this, they make less expensive tins, but I am pleased with this. So I'm doing something really simple. This is actually my second time trying to record this, and I realized I just do not have the mental capacity for doing like an actual painting and talking at the same time. It was really sad. It was the most pitiful little painting of a hand. It's like, I know I could whip it out if I was just doing it without talking to a camera, but yeah, I'm gonna do easy stuff in front of y'all. So yeah, this is it. I'll give the Schmincke palette a thumbs up, and you know, if you're good for the 50 bucks, then go for it. So I will see y'all guys later. If you like the video or you want more reviews, or if there's something that you would like reviewed, maybe I have it and I could talk about it, let me know in the comments. And yeah, all the other stuff YouTubers say, like subscribe and thumbs up and ring the bell. I started hearing that one more. I don't know what that means. I think it's like something about notifications. But yeah, just do all the stuff. So I'll see y'all guys later. Bye.